YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Don't you dare be sour. Spark your spliff and feel the flower. It's a crew day. Yes, it is.
Hold on, real quick before we get started. Can we get a moment of silence for Snoop Dogg?
For the
And
small
and
chronic break.
yeah, can we get a moment of silence for Snoop Dogg and him leaving the sport and the activity of smoking behind?
It's a sad, sad day.
Yep, and that was the
We never
moment.
thought we'd be here.
Never.
And here we are.
And that was the moment.
That was the moment. The
Talk
moment
about
that will
someone-
live in infamy.
Talk about someone getting roasted in their own comment section. We were just talking about that before we went live. But Snoop, like there was people in the comments going, man, it ain't even April Fool's Day. Snoop done got too high today. Hey Snoop, if you're about to head out, hit this on your way out.
Not hit this on the way out.
I'm still
Hey,
hoping it's a joke or a promo, like PR or something. I don't know, but
That was another thing I saw was him. You know, he could be saying, "Hey, I've given up on smoke," moving into like maybe doing edibles and shit like that, or hell, maybe Snoop starting to get into the medicinal. Oh my God, mushroom. You know, medicinal mushroom business.
Hey, dog,
it's getting more
Snoop,
popular.
hey Snoop, I can't go down that rabbit hole with you, dog. I can't.
Hey, to each their own. I like me some
Yeah,
mushroom.
Snoop.
Exactly.
Yeah, Snoop.
Might give him a little more wind for his next match at Mania.
Hey, as long as we get Snoop Dogg crip walking on another fucking wrestler, I gotta have it.
Hey, shout
I'll
out
take
to
it every time.
Shane. Hey, shout out to Shane McMahon's quads. It's a shame they had to be sacrificed for that moment.
Hey, we all know, and we said it when it happened. Shane was getting carted to the back, and Vince was there waiting with tears in his eyes, going, "Son, welcome to the family."
That's my boy. I knew you had it in you.
I knew you had those weak quads in you. Hunter showed that he had them before he was even married. Damn it!
Terrible.
I knew you had it in you.
But we are a legitimate YouTube podcast. Davey does have a list of topics for us to get through. But before that, how the fuck is everybody doing today?
Excellent. Just watched an
I was late
amazing.
because oh my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just watched an amazing Impact Wrestling show. Anybody that is missing out on this should be tuning into this weekly. Like
Weekly.
I plan to definitely watch.
weekly. Get on this
I was
bandwagon
gonna
now
watch.
before it flips to TNA. You will be happy you
Got
did it
to.
to wrestling.
You know, you will be so happy you did it because the talent level over in TNA Impact is impeccable. You have
It has
issues
been
with
for a while.
if you have issues with WWE and their hokey shit, go watch TNA. If you have an issue with AEW and maybe too much of in-ring stuff, go watch TNA Impact.
Yeah.
Impact is the perfect middle ground for national broadcast wrestling.
Perfect.
It's such an easy watch. Like,
It doesn't feel like you're watching a 2-hour show.
No, it doesn't.
Never.
Flies by every time.
Even their
Yeah, their last pay-per-view went by quick.
Yeah, I was about to say, even their pay-per-views, 3 hours long.
Yeah.
It feels like you're sitting there for an hour and a half, and you're like,
Right?
I want more. I want more.
Mhm.
And they don't cut
I was
their
supposed to
streams.
watch live.
And they don't cut their pirated streams nearly as much as
So-
Tony Khan and Nick Khan.
So Suge ain't got to be sitting here going, Scotty, when I get my hands
Scotty,
on you,
when I
Scotty."
catch you, Scotty.
I was supposed to watch live, but I had to give my dog an emergency bath before this podcast because he shat all over himself.
Oh,
So there's that. Yeah.
Our little cat has been in heat all week, so
oh. Well, other than that, how have you been, KB?
I'm straight. You know, went to a party this week. It was lit. I paid for it the next day, but you know that's fine. Fair exchange.
Good,
But
good.
you know, I'm always high views, high vibes. I stay like that. Got to.
I feel it.
And our beautiful baby boy Remy is taking a rest for the day.
He
Much
deserves
needed.
it.
Yes.
No, he's been busting
He
his ass.
does.
He's really been putting in the
And
fact
he
that
never
ain't
really missed
sleeping.
a podcast.
He don't miss a podcast. He hardly misses
He
a
don't
stream. He might be a little late, but he's here.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be
And
late.
He's not late. Remy is fashionable. That's what.
and
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take.
Fashionably.
let's not forget that when we do these streams over here, it's like 4:00 in the morning over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Remy putting in hours.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Just to
it's,
be here with
like
us.
to give everyone an idea. I'm in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, so it's 10 to 11 here. So Remy is 4 hours ahead of that.
Oh,
Woo.
Right. So when we start these, it's usually like 3:30 in the morning for him. So just to give everyone
Crazy hours.
So
That's
imagine how
dedication.
late. Imagine how late he stays up for these PLEs and pay-per-views.
Yes.
Right.
that's a different
yeah.
level of dedication.
Well, like the Saturday one, that'll end at 12. So
Oh
it'll be-
shit, that's right. Full Gear is this Saturday. Son of a bitch.
It's
Well, that's
Saturday.
Is it? God damn, that crept up quick.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I thought so. Tony Khan's moving his pay-per-views to Saturdays now.
some are Saturday, some are Sunday. Depends. This one is Saturday.
Oh,
I think
Which is why-
because NFL football, like we're getting into the heavy shit for NFL football now.
Yeah, he
right.
doesn't
So
wanna-
is there a game?
it's always
so-
a Sunday night game.
No. So there might be a game at SoFi, and so if so, that makes
No,
sense.
let me tell you, this week we got the game of games for Sunday night. Get this, Denver's going to Minnesota.
Oh,
Oh shit.
It's gonna be a fucking shit show Sunday night. So
I love it.
Tony Khan could have counter programmed the Sunday night football game and still probably have won.
yeah.
Ain't
But,
nobody
it-
watching-
I wonder if
ain't
Johnny
nobody
Dobbs
watching
gonna
our
continue to put
Broncos.
on.
I prefer the Saturday ones, to be honest.
I do too, because you don't got to wake up and go to work the next day. But if
Right.
there's a game at SoFi, then there will be a huge clash of parking in the area. That's the
Yeah.
only reason I bring it up, because they're going to be at the Forum.
Actually, I can check to see
Yeah,
No.
let me know, because that would heavily impact my Sunday as well. So,
because that's either the Rams or the Chargers playing that afternoon or evening. And
right.
give me just a second. NFL.
I know the Rams are playing and they are at home, I believe.
Chargers are
Oh.
playing at Green Bay, and the Rams are hosting at 2:25, which would be 1:25 your time.
Yeah, so that makes perfect sense. That's why it's not on Sunday, because there's not
Yeah.
enough parking for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That would be a mess.
Turn it down.
And as a bonus, Friday we get more wrestling than we know what to do with. Now we have Collision, followed by Rampage. So AEW is going to be going 3 hours Friday,
Oh
Collision is
yeah.
coming.
and they're also going to be going head to head with the SmackDowns.
Oh
Ah.
shit.
Yeah, I
They
got
probably
on
gonna take a
SmackDown.
L, but it's still exciting anyway.
I got on SmackDown booth for my boy Nick Aldis.
Oh, well,
You going full into this brand warfare, ain't you?
Yes,
he
I
all in.
am.
All in.
Well, partly because of the pettiness that we showed this past week. I don't know if y'all talked about it last week, but NWA had a huge TV deal
Oh,
with CW,
We did.
and it,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it
we
was
got
literally snorted away. And my favorite part of it was Nick Aldis had like a screen grab or screenshot of the coming to NXT goes to CW icon and posted on Instagram with NWA's Powers theme as the music for it.
As if it was like a marketing ploy instead of a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Like all the
So-
effort you put into that.
This
Stop.
is the kind of pettiness that I need in my wrestling.
dude, this is the biggest drop of the ball from any company I've ever seen. And Vince McMahon
I mean, it
has
was
gone
right
on.
there.
Vince McMahon has gone on air and told people that they were quite frankly, tired of having their intelligence questioned.
Hey,
Basically-
and that's crazy.
We have seen some massive ball drops in professional wrestling. This is up there with them.
He fumbled the bag harder than Vince did when
Well, I mean, this could be a fumble that could do them in. Realistically,
Yeah.
You know,
because
This
they
could
announced
kill
today
the NWA. This could
they
kill
announced
the NWA.
today that they had to make cuts to the roster. And if you
production
watch,
staff,
yeah, so if you watch NWA, they're already on like a shoestring thin roster and production staff. They don't have proper theme music. I think only champions have theme music, and they have more like a theme. It's more like a theme. Yes, you want some pizza? I got you. It's more like a little like an entrance short versus a full entrance.
well,
And
it's not only that. Like the ripple effect to this would be if they got a small roster to begin with, right? They're probably relying on it's like, okay, who else can we get to come in? Who's
right,
gonna want to go in? Like who's gonna want to associate with that mess right now, right? I would be skeptical if I was a
oh yeah,
freelancer. You
y'all
know,
ready for Tyrus to return?
no, never. But that just means like the quality of freelancers is gonna go down.
Tyrus can't return anyway because Logan Paul got all the spots booked up on fucking Fox.
That's hilarious. We saw it coming, but no, I was watching a little bit of NWA earlier, and it's like how much further down can okay
Well, they tumbled quite a
like
bit. Like there's
how
a lot
much
of other promotions that are getting eyes on them in a much more positive way than the eyes that are on NWA right now.
right, but you can't go further down than you already are. And the only way to go any further down is to go back to not having TV at all and just having your champions show up at other places like Championship Wrestling from Hollywood or Memphis or wherever. How they were doing when Nick Aldis first won the 10 pounds of gold. Like you can't. It's pretty bad. I think we just need to get old boy out of wrestling. What's his name?
Oh,
Corgan?
Billy Corgan.
Corgan. Yeah, Billy.
Like it would need a restructuring from the top,
Billy.
the top down, right? If you don't fix who's controlling all the decisions, then the same decisions are just going to keep being made, which are bad ones, right? It's never going to move forward, right? Hopefully they can figure it out because I mean I don't want to see any promotion go out of business. You know, the more places for wrestlers to work, the better. You know, but
Very true.
but they're in a bad spot and state right now, but that they created themselves. They have no one to blame for this one but themselves. You know, and people want to may point the finger at the big evil WWE. No, it's not them, right? NWA
Now,
did this.
now when you got
They're
you
responsible.
okayed James Mitchell snorting fake cocaine.
Yeah, this is all on NWA. So,
Yeah.
don't
I-
anybody go pointing the fingers where they don't
100%.
belong to be pointed.
I still need to know who okayed that spot, like that
Billy.
that segment.
Billy.
Dude, I wouldn't even doubt it if that wasn't even ran by Billy. Like if Billy didn't have a hand on that.
No, I don't. From what I've heard, it's not much other like.
To be
When
fair, he
Billy-
was the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins. So
So no, so when I've heard Billy talk about wrestling, especially let's say with in his choice of champion, when he had the championship belt on Tyrus, and then not long before that, I think it was on Trevor Murdoch. He's
Yeah,
like,
Murdoch.
these are the champ. Which I don't have a problem with Murdoch. He's paid his dues. He's a legit throwback old school wrestler. But he said, these are my champions. These are the champions I want to see. This is what I want to see. If this is my idea of wrestling, like he 100% okayed that.
Yeah, but those aren't two guys that you present as the face of whatever it is you're doing. I don't care what it is. A fucking 7-Eleven.
Not
Like, definitely not a a fucking wrestling promotion. That's not it, right? That's that's not
To-
going to draw what you think it is.
To be fair, I don't think Trevor Murdoch would be running a 7-Eleven as much as he'd be running,
He does own a
like
bar.
Home Depot.
Yeah, Trevor's more of a quickie mart kind of guy.
He does own a bar.
I'm not.
He does own a bar.
I don't.
Yes, he does.
I don't find that shocking.
Right.
And I worked in a bar for quite a few years. So, but
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
100% owns a bar. That's a shame. We can't, and like Davey was saying, we can't point the finger at WWE here. WWE just so happened to be shopping a show around, and
right place, right
it's
time, better image.
it's right. If CW was really looking for a wrestling show, and WWE is like, I got a show available. I have a show that you haven't had on your network available, because remember they had Friday Night SmackDown when it first moved.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a show that you ain't had yet. Let's talk business,
And to be honest, I think CW might be a good home for NXT because it's in
I agree.
a lot of homes as a local channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll get
Mhm.
more-
Regardless, if
more
you're
eyes
sitting
on it.
around if you're sitting around on a what it'd still be on a Wednesday, right?
Tuesday.
Probably, yeah.
Tuesday. So if you're sitting around on a Tuesday evening, afternoon, depending on where you are, you can get NXT
Yeah.
on cable.
And the thing with NXT, not every week, but most weeks, it's a really solid show. As far as
Yeah, this last week was it.
It's
like,
picked
The
up
Raw was
tremendously.
lit.
like as far as the blend of what they do, part of that is because it's 2 hours. They can't, 3 hours it wouldn't work. I don't think you'd have another Raw where there'd be so
Yeah.
much filler to it, right? So even when they do their silly little skits and that, they can't elongate them as much because they just don't have the time. They have 120 minutes, not 180, right?
Right.
So it kind of fits in that format. But they showcase the women well.
Mhm.
They're doing a great job at the top of the card, like with Dragunov and Corbin. My God,
Yeah, Corbin.
I'm liking it, run.
I've been telling y'all, Corbin has one of the best movesets in all of professional
Yeah.
wrestling.
Oh,
They
he
just
was
had
all-
no idea how to use
Yeah.
him in the main roster.
he was always solid in the ring. That was never a
So,
question.
NXT
and he's
Corbin back in the day was a badass.
and he's a safe worker too. Like you put him in there with anyone,
I
he's not going to
fucking-
hurt anybody. Like he's gonna
Hey, wait.
look after you, right?
Corbin
Which is
is
good.
what Miz thinks he is.
Ha ha.
Yeah, to an extent in the ring anyway.
Yeah.
And the thing
Well, I
is,
think it was you. I showed that to. Actually, I think it was all three of us. I showed it to the Miz video,
1.25.
1.25, and it was still fucking slower
Yeah.
than most of everything else you see. It's like,
And then
can you speed it up again? Good
somebody
Lord.
tried to defend that, and it's like, yo,
You can't-
like this
no.
is
Oh, he's just being safe. It's like no.
this
he's
is in
being fucking slow.
2007.
He's just being safe. My
Just
guy,
being-
have you seen Will Ospreay and Ricochet?
This is in 2007.
Well, that's what I was thinking because one of the moves he did it was similar to Osprey, right? And it was sped up to 1.25 speed, and it was still slower than Osprey did it. Like
Ospreay gets more air and still somehow is faster than Miz on most of his moves.
but
Wild
I mean,
business.
Osprey is a different fucking animal altogether. Like
Mhm.
that's
Miz
he's
for
on-
the
he's on another
G1. Let's
plane.
see what he can do.
Yes. If WWE did it on the main roster, would it be called a Wii one?
I'm fucking
The
done.
we won. The we won tournament.
I'm done. I've killed Matthew. Matthew, I can't see you.
Remy!
Remy.
Maddie. We back. We back.
I had to get a different cart for that one. Holy
Oh,
shit.
Dear.
I had to change it up real quick.
Well,
Man.
So what else has been going on here? We got a little Oscar turn again.
Oh,
Yeah,
real
again.
quick. We started out with Impact. Before we get too far away from Impact, we did have a talent request for their release.
Yeah.
Kenny King.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
just saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Asked and
Kenny,
granted.
I feel like this is a really bad time to be leaving.
Well, he's
But
42, and he's dipped his hand in Hollywood a fair bit. So
He's
he might just
40
want to.
fucking two?
and Kenny King is 42.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been around for a bit. So he
Dude,
just might want to
looks
dip his toes into.
fantastic for 42.
Oh yeah, and he was good in the ring. I watched this match tonight.
He's
Against,
still
AB.
crisp in the ring. I wouldn't say top tier, but he's still crisp.
Oh no, he's not a top tier guy. Like he's a mid card, solid. Put him in the ring with whomever, right?
He'd be a solid
well.
producer.
Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't heard as to what he's asking his time off or release for. But it could be anything. He just might want to step away from it, right? But he's
I
earned
feel
it.
that. Best to Kenny King and his future endeavors. From all of us here at the True Day Podcast. If you ever feel like jumping on a podcast, we got you.
Yeah.
We here for you.
We'll let you speak your mind. Shit. If you got a spliff, you can smoke it too.
While
We
we're
do
on the
that too.
Impact, another little news there. Mickey James, where's she going? She going with the hubby, Nick Aldis?
Probably. Yeah. No, I think that's coming.
So what if she doesn't come? What if she doesn't come back in any wrestling capacity, but they make her the manager's assistant?
Yeah, because I read
Raw.
she was taking a little break from the company and or business. So maybe like the wrestling side, I don't know, but that's what I read. She was taking a little break. But I wouldn't be surprised to see her pop up.
Yeah, I mean that that WWE check got to be great. So
What if they bring her in, and if she doesn't wrestle, an assistant to Nick I don't think would be the best use of her talents.
It wouldn't be the best use of her talent.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. An assistant to Adam Pearce.
Or Adam.
That's what KB said. Yeah.
Well,
did you say
if she should be matched up with Adam Pearce?
Either or. I don't think
that's better. That's a different, a more interesting spin on it.
A more personal, yeah,
like some Miro and CJ type shit.
So what if she became a mouthpiece for a certain group of wrestlers
I wouldn't be mad
that may need a mouthpiece in the not too distant future?
That is an excellent segue to Damage Control.
It wasn't it though? I thought so.
That was fire. To be honest, I think if they need a mouthpiece, it should probably be Dakota Kai.
Yeah,
I don't think she gets kicked out the group. But Bayley,
I don't think she does either. Bayley is definitely going.
Yeah, Bayley gonna be out. Hey, look, Bayley gonna be out in the next 7 to 10 business days.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Bayley is essentially the fourth wheel there now in that dynamic. And she doesn't fit that dynamic.
Yeah, she's the only one that doesn't fit. Like Dakota Kai has that little edge to her. That little modern Japanese style fashion look to her.
Well, Dakota fits it because she's injured too. She can't get in the ring. She can't wrestle. So, but they want to keep her on screen to keep her in people's vision that she is still there. She works for the company, so that's a way to do it. Right. And then when she is better, she stays a heel. Bayley's a face. So there's an automatic feud there.
We get Bayley versus Dakota.
Bayley versus Dakota.
Which would be fantastic matches, I personally think.
It's going to be Bayley versus everybody in a minute. Cause
I was just about to say she can run through the whole crew and it will be entertaining.
Yeah.
Like the beef with all of them.
She's about to get her ass.
I'll be there. Oh, yeah. Big time.
I can't wait to see how they do that.
Like, they're going to beat the bricks off of Bayley. They have to.
Yeah.
Now, one thing with this turn is Asuka, because she was will this change her character at all in any noticeable, visible way? Because the
No,
last change didn't, outside of her face paint.
not
No, I don't
really.
think
I
so.
mean,
It's like, oh,
she
it's the same
fits.
Asuka. She just has new face paint.
She fits the group just fine.
No,
She
no.
doesn't.
I just meant because she went from a face, right? Because she was with the face people, and then she turned. Now she's a heel people, right?
Right.
But will it
Heel
change her
people.
demeanor at all? Because when
She probably.
when she was putting the face paint on before, everybody thought it's like, oh, we're getting Kana. It's like, you're not. Stop it. You're not. You're not getting Kana in WWE, right? But will it bring out a more heelish side to her, or will she just be the same Asuka?
Hey, she probably just gonna cuss people out in Japanese a whole lot more, and I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
But-
If I can get a promo where Kairi, Io, and Asuka run someone down in Japanese, and I just have Dakota Kai in the background going, I need that in my life.
They would be smart to do that.
They would.
Because those promos do work, right?
They
Yeah.
do.
Nakamura's
And
doing it, and it works. Masa Slamovich did one tonight. She did her part in Russian, right?
And it
her
works.
and her partner did hers in English. It worked.
And I want to
Right.
say that the damage control segment was the highest rated segment on last week's SmackDown. So there's money in this.
Another person that does it.
Yeah, even though none of us was really fucking with damage control in the beginning and for a long time, it was a yawn fest for a very long time. But I'm glad they finally injected some adrenaline into the shit and got me interested in what they got going on.
Yeah. And
And they can't possibly, I don't think, anyway, they can't possibly fumble this as badly as they did when the group was first formed.
no,
Mhm.
they can't.
No.
Nowhere to go but up.
Right.
And hopefully we can get the tag team belts on a tag team that will defend
Well, they
the
got to do
actual
something
belt.
with that. That's.
I really don't understand why we're not seeing them defend.
I have no words to describe.
It's so fucking stupid.
I shouldn't say I have no words. I do have lots of words to describe it. It's just none of them are particularly good. Like that match they had Monday with Piper.
The Tegan Knox match.
That was fucking ridiculously bad, right? And on top of it, you have your tag team champion pinned. Why?
Yeah, I was so confused. Like, why did she take the pin?
Yeah, why are you pinning? If you need Tegan to get a win, that's fine. I get that, and she does, right? Build up her credibility, get her in the ring. That's how it works. Don't put her in with someone else who has a belt who also needs their credibility built up and have them beat them. Like
So
those belts
speaking
are
of-
such a fucking mess right now, and the sad thing is they don't have to be.
No.
They
Nope.
have,
Hey, so
you know, Kaylee Ray or Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Where are they? Right? Katana Chance and Caden Carter. Where the fuck are they?
They
Brought
have
them
they have tag teams in the division.
at least two.
They do.
Hey, really quickly. Speaking of tag team,
Candice
I just
and
saw
Tegan.
this, and this
Tag
is
team.
good. Motor City Machine Guns won a shot at FTR.
They have for a while, yeah.
That's a match.
That-
That's a
It's
match
like
of the year candidate.
That
That's
that interests me a great deal.
That's a match that gets me hard.
Hey, look, super nut. That's all I got to say.
Super nut.
And they have some shows coming up. So I wonder, well, Motor City Machine Guns are Impact. They're both signed. And we know FDR is signed to AEW, so is there something going on there that we're not aware of? As far as
Maybe World's End.
Could be.
World is in the title,
Yeah.
so that's a great place to have like a World Cup ish type tournament.
There's
Yes.
a final battle is coming up too, December 15th.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
is. That'd
Damn,
be
that's
a
a
great
month
place
away.
to have it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, less than a month yesterday.
And Ring of
Well,
Honor
that's-
would be that good spot to have that as like the middle ground between AEW and Impact.
Yeah.
because they have a commonality too, right? AEW works with New Japan and Impact works with New Japan. So there's kind of a go between there, right? Maybe they have the match in New Japan. Fuck knows. While we're on the subject of tag teams and tournaments, one tag team that I believe we're all fond of, the Gates of Agony, are on a little sabbatical over to New Japan. They're in the tag
I
team
love it.
tournament that is going on over there. That is an excellent fucking idea.
I need it. As Trick Williams would say, I need it.
Well, that is a team that is on the rise. Like they've been getting a lot of screen time against higher end guys, and they've been presented quite well on the main roster.
It just goes to show if you have a lot of meat and you know what to do with it, you'll get TV time.
Yeah, and those guys are good. But for as good as they are now, after they get back from Japan, they will be even better.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they elevated for sure.
So they're in World Tag League, right? That's what this is.
I mean,
yeah.
And to Davey's point, look what it did for Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler Yuta.
Oh, night and day difference. Night and day between going to New Japan and that match with Moxley.
Yeah.
Where he bled about 8 gallons of blood. Those two things completely turned around his career. Like you could see a noticeable difference in him after that. And you look at him now, like just night and day. Because he wasn't that interesting when he first got there.
No, he had the charisma of a stick of gum, but he had the in-ring talent of a fucking masterpiece.
A stick of gum under the table that's been there for a month.
Chewed gum.
Yeah.
Y'all know that gum that was stuck between the desk and that little metal bar at school? Yeah, that's that piece of gum.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. It's just slightly above Lexus King charisma. Just above.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Poor Lexus.
It was really bad though. I know he can wrestle his ass off, but I still like I don't know. He just not interesting. No, Wheeler Yuta.
Oh, I thought you meant Lexus.
He's just not. You fucking king. I mean,
no, when you said he could wrestle his ass off, and I had said Lexus King, I was like, is there another Lexus King I don't know about?
Wheeler Yuta can wrestle his ass off, but his promos are so bad that I just can't get into him. Like he looks scared. He looks like he's reading. He's not interesting. Like I just can't get in.
Y'all know he doesn't wear a leather jacket like that because he thought it had a preacher pocket.
That was hilarious.
Poor Lexus.
It was.
Yeah. Did anybody talk? Did Mello rip him a new one for not having pockets?
Not yet, but it's coming. You know it's coming.
I'm surprised nobody has pinned the nickname on him yet. It's like fucking Orange Cassidy isn't pockets. Lexus King is pockets.
Lack of pockets.
Lack of pockets. Pocket deficient. There we are.
And speaking of pockets, Red Velvet just came back and it fell right in the pocket for most improved wrestler of 2023, 2024.
Yeah.
And I was just going to touch on that. She hasn't won every match, right? Nor should she. She just came back, right?
Right.
But she has been presented extremely well in the 3 matches that I have seen her back in. Like,
as she should.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She looks like a different wrestler altogether than what I remember. Granted, she was gone for a while too, but she's been training, doing something when she's been gone, and it shows. Like, she looked really good in that match last night with Sky Blue. And if the storyline leading into this had been a little different, it wouldn't have surprised me if she had won.
It was Blue. Yeah.
Yeah. Just with the storyline involved, she wasn't going to win it, but she came in looking a lot better than she It's like she was looking good coming into it. She looked better coming out of it. So that's a testament to whatever it is they're
Rim,
doing.
love
I
you.
hope they keep it.
We miss you, but put some respect on Red Velvet's name.
Damn
She
straight.
coming for that most improved. She doing her big one right now. Get off her head and put
Where
some
Matt?
respect on her name. Show her some love.
Where is he in the comments? Is he?
But
No, I'm just
no,
in case
she's-
when he rewatch this,
she's
I
just-
want him to see
I
She's just
Did
was
he
about
standing
to
up.
miss?
say.
She's
the
standing
Red
up for
Velvet
Reddit.
love.
so
I'm
very
scared because he ain't here. So look, when you watch this, put some respect on her name.
So I'm really interested to see where they go with her,
Yeah, me
especially
too.
Riccaboni's comment to see if there's any teeth to that.
Did you call
Right.
him Riccaboni?
I probably, yeah. I don't always get names right. Sue me.
I need Ian
Riccaboni.
Riccaboni to wear a
Riccaboni.
skeleton suit for Halloween
Caboni.
next year.
And another, while we're on the topic of female wrestlers, because it's been a good week for the old women of the wrestlings, Xia Li
Mm-hmm.
getting a little
I hope she
push.
teared up in that match next season.
Kicking them women hard.
Well, she is. The matches have been very short, and I get why. It makes sense. It's showing her dominance and
And
all
it makes her look good in the short term, but in this longer match with Valkyria, is it going to?
that. Oh no, that match will be quite good. Like if they have to give it time, granted, but it's in NXT, so it should get probably a good 10, 12 minutes. So that's enough time to do what it is they're going to be needing to do there.
Oh yeah.
One little nitpick that I noticed Monday: if you're going to knock someone out, right, knock them fucking loopy, make sure you don't hit their shoulder. little things.
Yeah, I saw you mention that. I think on Twitter or
Oh,
through
yeah, I commented,
our
yeah.
group chat. What did I miss?
Well, she did the roundhouse. But she nailed her to Indy, but Indy's a bit taller, right?
Indy's a
So-
little bit of a tall girl.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
her kick is as high as Xia could get her little legs up in the air, reached Indy's shoulder, and just
Oh.
Indy looked like she got fucking shot. It's
What
like,
there is an incredible way to get around that.
yeah, you have to
Just kick her down to a knee
In
and
the
do
knee,
same-
yeah.
take her knee out, drop her down, and
drop
then
her down and do the same
You-
fucking
And
kick.
then deliver. Yeah.
fuck her in the head.
Do
She
you
got
know-
long hair, so you can kind of mask, the glancing blow or whatever.
It's
right?
almost like somebody in AEW has perfected this art, guys.
But it's just a little thing. But
You only
the
gotta
present-
kick it.
But the presentation I get, like, okay, make her look dominant, right? Make that kick look, if I get you with it, you're done. Right? So
You don't
that-
even have to kick both knees. You just gotta hit one.
Hit
Oh,
one
yes.
knee, drop him down, execute.
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. I could have done without that T segment, by the way. I thought Steven fucking Seagal was going to walk by any second.
Dude, I saw you say that on Twitter, and I shit myself because I know exactly the fucking movie and the picture of Steven Seagal that you were talking about.
Yeah, it's afraid it literally popped into my head. I'm like, what are they doing? Like,
Before we leave
It wasn't
NXT,
for
we
me.
gotta talk about Trick and
yes,
We do.
because the
Yeah.
whoop that Trick chants are getting louder every week.
if
They
that
love
Trick
man,
Trick in
star
NXT.
power is rising every week.
And I
I'm
had-
loving it. I absolutely love it.
yeah, and I had that on our itinerary too. Is Trick? Now he's not in the ring, right? But is
He's
Trick?
not there in the ring yet.
No, as far as
No, not yet.
as far as the Carmelo comparison here, he's not there, right? He may never be there as far as what Carmelo can do in the ring, but it's Trick on a trajectory to overtake Carmelo when that main
Yes.
roster promotion hits. I think he is
Absolutely.
right now.
He's
I
primed for it. Like he
don't want to send him to the main roster before he's ready in the ring, though, guys.
But the thing is with the main roster, Matthew, is how good do you have to be in the ring to be massively over on the main roster?
I mean, you really don't. I mean, if you look at it, it's like you don't really have to wrestle
Roman
that
Reigns.
often.
Roman Reigns isn't that great in the ring. He's very basic. He just sticks to what he does well, which is 4, maybe 5 moves.
And to my point, he doesn't wrestle very often. I mean, how
Well-
often have we seen Grayson Waller since he's been called up? Like 3 times?
Roman
And
Reigns
most of
is
them, he's been on the apron or on the outside of the ring.
in Roman's defense. Roman has almost averaged a match a month this year. So
Man,
yeah,
but I think he can do it. I mean, he trains his ass off. He's hot on the mic. I think he can get over on the main roster before he gets to elite level wrestling.
I remember. Well, I don't think he'll ever be an elite level wrestler, but I remember when he first showed up, and I remember looking at him. I was like, okay, you have the look, okay, but you are green as fuck in that ring.
Yeah.
Like you need a lot of work. That was my first assessment of him. My assessment of him now is a lot better. Right? Mic work is more natural, I find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he feels
however he's
so
delivering it.
natural on the ring and on the microphone.
He's just talking. Like
it doesn't feel forced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I mean, it's kind of come across in a couple of his promos how natural it is. He's slipped up a couple of times.
And I like that. I don't like that this has been polished and practiced to death backstage before you get out there. Right? I don't want
Unlike
slip
Melo
up here and there, and you know,
intense.
Melo, I find. I don't know if this is a knock on him or what they're feeding him, but Melo, I find when I hear him talk, I get the impression that he's memorized what he's supposed to say really well.
And you've said this on Twitter. You've said this on Twitter, especially in their back and forth. You're like, Trick feels like he's speaking from the heart. Melo is speaking like he's memorized his lines for a play.
Yeah.
All facts. All facts. He looks rigid and tense. Yeah. Like uncomfortable almost. Like
but
stage fright. I don't know what it is.
Ring, he is so fucking good.
Oh yeah. The ring is his safe haven. Like he's tunnel vision.
Once the bell rings, he is locked in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Character to his
there for sure.
But there's a few guys up there like that. Ricochet.
Yeah, he's another.
Ricochet's better in the ring than Carmelo.
But yeah, his mic work is he's still not there for me. And I'm the biggest Ricochet fan. Like I love Ricochet, but I just need him to get with somebody and work on his promos because it's just not.
But Trick won't have that problem. Like,
not working out.
If you put a microphone in Trick's hand on the main roster, he will shine.
Right? Oh yeah, easily.
And I think those chants are gonna follow him to the main roster.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna.
They won't have to pipe anything in for that.
No,
he's
going to have arenas in the palm of his hand. It won't come across in his in-ring work as much, which is the only thing I'm worried about on the main roster. Is yes, you don't have to be the most expert Mac technician or the best, high flyer. But you got to be able to put together a cognizant match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, and he's still he's not getting called up, in the next month or so. So he's still going to be able to work on that.
And I'm just worried the first person they're going to put him with is the fucking Miz.
Oh, probably. That's the rite of passage, but
that's the rite of passage.
Hey, it seems like it is, and the Miz be having everybody on the shit.
And this what I'm about to say. Don't come after me on Twitter for saying this. You'll likely regret it if you do anyway, but I'm just warning you all now. The main roster has convinced people, right, by saying it over and over and over and over again on fucking repeat, that LA Knight is a megastar. And he is absolutely, he's never been a superstar in the ring. He's very basic in what he does. He wasn't in NXT and he wasn't in Impact when he was Eli Drake, right? But they have convinced their fan base that that's what he is,
and
they can do the same with Trick. Very easy.
Yeah, because
We can even go to one of LA Knight's more recent interviews. I think it was with Chris Van Vliet, where he was asked, about the megastar status, and he's like, that was all produced by, commentary. If they didn't say that, people wouldn't know about it.
No.
And he just portrayed it as he was. He's like, it's all professed by others. I don't say it myself, but if you think so, then yeah.
Yeah. It's a trick used in other areas, right? If you say something enough times, often enough, the more people hear it, they will eventually start to believe it.
Like Justin Fields MVP conversation?
Yeah. Same thing in other areas that we don't get into on this particular program. But yeah, power of suggestion, right? I mean, I'm happy for Knight. I'm glad that he's getting this. He deserves it.
I am too. Yeah, he does.
Like he put together a character. It's like I can kind of pull this guy off a little bit. I can pull this guy off a bit, but I want to make it my own. And he did.
Mhm.
Like he owned it, right? He's not a knockoff. He's not a knockoff of Steve, and he's not a knockoff of The Rock. But he incorporated the two of them together and made it LA Knights. That's talent, and he should be fucking commended 7 days a week for that. Like that, what he did there is just an amazing job, right? But
yeah, there was in that tweet that asked, in 2024, who do you want to see with a championship run? LA Knight fans flooded that shit. Like I was scrolling and it's like LA Knight.
Yeah. And
he's got a machine behind it.
And I would like to see him get a run with a belt. I don't know what belt he'll get. He might get Seth's maybe on the wrong brand, but
oh shit,
doesn't really matter because as we've stated many times on this show, the draft is fucking pointless.
Oh, the draft is absolutely pointless.
Absolutely. Amen.
Which we will probably see. Which we will probably see Friday.
Yeah, Survivor Series the last couple of years has always been a really fun pay-per-view for the one fact that before War Games, they would literally for 1 week a year just do this brand warfare shit, or they'd build it up for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And the rest of the year, people were just bouncing around every show, even NXT, NXT.
Yeah. Can we?
They should fix it. I don't know how they would fix it, but they got to get the belt off Roman to fix it for one thing, because whoever he's taken there with a match, like everybody wanted Seth Roman, Seth would not have come out of that match better for it. Look at Big E. That fucking killed his reign. Killed it.
They did.
Right? He was that reign was never the same afterwards. And that is a fucking sin. The work that man put in to get to that level and finally get that the belt. Like I was shaking my head after that match. Like that was not good. That bothered me, obviously.
Yeah, he did him bad.
Yeah. So I didn't like that. What else we got going on? We covered the tricks.
OTM. What y'all think about that? Because I'm loving them. I'm a big fan.
Too early to tell.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I mean they just stepped foot in the mud, but
yeah.
I like I like where we're going. I like where we're headed. I see tons of potential. And I even like that they put scripts in there because I feel like he was getting lost in the shuffle. People, we didn't really know what was really going on there, but it's a good fit. I chuckled at first, but it's a good fit. I like what they doing, man. I just the sky's the limit.
I like what they're doing. I had no idea when they got together as a tag team. Did they start on Next Level or Level Up and then work their way up, or
they've had, I believe, two traditional tag team matches?
Because I saw them getting thrown into a title,
Fatal
4-Way?
Yeah, that was. They've had 3 matches on TV. Fatal 4-Way was one of them, and then they've had 2 counting. This is counting last or 2. What's today? Thursday. This is counting Tuesdays match. So they've only had 3 matches. They've been doing house shows and stuff. But, so
And I like that they're doing something with Reggie. I'm not calling him Scripps. That's Reggie.
yeah,
He took
Hey, wait
the
a
mask.
minute.
He took the mask off. He's Reggie.
Reg,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
That boy, they're saying in these streets that boy is the actual Chris.
Yeah, man.
Wait,
Remy
what?
put me on last podcast. Yes, last you. Oh, that's right. You wasn't here either. Yes,
Oh,
I
no.
didn't believe it. I said, and then Remy looked it up, and he said, "No, it's legit." I was
Yeah.
like,
So-
"Not the circus, nigga."
so they,
He did,
What?
they actually,
he did Cirque du Soleil, and he was selling shit on the side.
I mean,
they-
he had to be for something.
so they
Hey,
actually
no.
so they actually tied it into a bit of his history, which is smart.
So when Nana said that, when Adam Page said that Nana is buying
Snatched
weed,
Nana's weed.
from high school kids, it was probably Scripps.
And you know what? And it was.
It's
Man,
all-
that
it's-
promo
it's
was
all
so
because-
good.
And,
It's all because Reggie stands about as tall as I do. Y'all mean to him.
and that was a good little segue. What a fucking promo that was.
What a
Man.
bro! The whole thing, like everybody
That
played
promo
their
got me
part
hard.
so good.
And the
That
promo,
was,
it was one person. Swerve Knitter,
yeah.
Swerve Knitter said fucking
Swerve
words.
just sat there fucking mean mugging.
He
the
did not
whole
utter
time.
a word.
And
But
he
the
didn't
look-
need to.
It was fantastic.
The facials, amazing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
facial stole his end. He didn't have to say
Exactly.
a word. His face.
Some
was
actors
speaking
have
volume.
to act with their face, and he definitely ate that down. Like he was given with no words. Prince Nana did what he was supposed to do. He came out grooving. He was doing his big one, and right on cue when he started talking about the weed, he just loses it. Like that's not true. It was
Now,
it was fucking great.
That ain't mine. That ain't
Now-
mine.
now,
But the
Swerve-
chant though,
Swerve did have a little bit of a retort to what went on last night. I sent it in our chat there.
the
This is-
tweet he made.
Yeah, this is from Swerve Strickland out to Hangman. People aren't noticing there are no more bedazzled butterfly jeans, no more ponytail, no more stars on shirts. I've changed to Hangman. He talks about taking me down to hell. He doesn't realize he's already there with me, and he's enjoying it.
Mhm.
That was his response.
Yeah,
Swerve,
it's getting spicy.
Swerve to this day is still fucking kill shot. Like he is the
Oh, yeah.
oldest motherfucker that you will find.
Mhm.
Now, while we're on this subject, Swerve he's not. I don't see him in a match on this card yet, but he is listed for the Revolver card.
For tonight's show?
That means he in my city.
He's listed now. I don't see him in a match there yet.
Just Suge's like, hey, is Nana there? Can I get some weed?
But
Hey,
Yeah,
for
listen.
real though.
like I mentioned in our chat, right? The stipulation last night was that Hangman and Swerve could not touch each other during that interview.
Mhm.
And Hangman didn't say I can't touch Nana. Bet the shit out of him.
And stole on him.
And he didn't and it also didn't stipulate that they couldn't touch each other tonight. So if Swerve is at that Revolver show, I
Oh,
wonder
they're
if
going to be touching each other. All right.
I wonder if Hangman shows up. Because they did that over at RevPro. Jericho showed up at the Osprey Shingo match.
There's no more.
Did a drive-by on him.
But Jericho has been known to do that. Even in his
Oh.
first match in New
Oh.
Japan, he pulled
Sorry.
up in a mask.
Sorry,
did
I
you-
haven't been popping up in the chat, Josh. I don't know how to do that. I've even tried, and the way that Garcia moves his hips, I wish I could move my hips like that.
Oh, did you see Jericho and Takeshita's sit-down promo? My
I did.
God. New Japan Jericho was a lot fucking different than AEW Jericho. I'll tell you that.
Hey,
No,
I'll
Thank goodness.
Jericho in Japan is a different type of fucking animal.
Chris Jericho, when he was leaving that room, and that room was packed, right, for the media scrum, he had everybody in that room turned around looking at him when he was leaving. Like he was the center of attention. And that match was quite excellent too. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet, but if not,
I
definitely
saw the ending, which usually if I see the ending of the match, I tend to forget to watch the whole match. But
Jericho did pin him, right, with the Lion Tamer.
that's a different type of hip swivel.
Takeshita's retort to that was he wants to perfect that move.
The
So I think
comments is
what
killing
I see
me.
there is Takeshita come back and beat Jericho with it, only on a bigger stage.
that'd be great
I
because
think that's where they're going with that.
I tell you what, Takeshi didn't need to take that loss unless it's paying something off.
Oh no, it'll pay off somewhere down the line. They're just not going to leave it.
Speaking of those two, did y'all see the match Jericho was in?
Last
Reviving Jericho. Powerhouse Hobb yeeted Big Show off of that
Oh,
platform.
So to the people that don't
Why is he
understand that don't understand one, so Hobbs can do something like that, and two, Hobbs held Show for a good second, turned and then threw Show.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous amounts of strength. We already knew Powerhouse Hobbs was strong.
So Big Show
hence the name.
did for Hobbs what others did for the Giant when he was
Right.
first coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody was like Maddie said, why is Big Show in this match? That's why.
I was confused, man.
I didn't know it at first. It's like, okay, they got something planned because they can't have him walking around the fucking ring. The guy can barely walk.
Bro, I would have been cool with Show hitting him with the like a power slam, or Hobbs hitting him with the power slam or the spine buster. Show did not have to do that spot.
Yeah, and he landed right on one of his hips. I believe he's had hip replacement. If not on one,
yeah,
then
nothing from his waist down lines up.
No, his knee.
Yeah, he was walking like he had 2 leg replacements.
He's had both.
It was bad.
And so
it was bad. I mean, they're inward, like it
bow-legged. Yeah.
And the other smart thing they did, and I didn't know that they were doing this till they showed up, but as soon as I seen it, it's like, okay, this makes sense. Their attire, because that was tied into the Sega game, right? So there's the sponsorship. That was a 6-figure deal too, by the way. So that was a big deal for them.
Huge deal. But really quickly, before I want to bring up Big Show's weight, they're not billing him at 500 pounds anymore. Now they bill him as something like 383, but that's still a lot of weight.
That's close to 400 pounds still.
Yeah.
But Paul in a suit, everything that we just talked about,
whole lot of fabric.
You don't see it.
That's a whole lot of fabric.
Yeah, but you don't see the hip that's not quite lined up with the other side, and you don't see the legs that's not quite straight.
No, because it's all hemmed up.
Right. So that was smart. Hide it as much as you can, keep it as minimal as you can, and do the spot that we have you here for. And they accomplished
what you saw it last time. I don't know if I shared the video with you guys, but there's this video on TikTok, and they put like the rustiest, crustiest sound on Big Show.
I was just about to bring that up.
As he was walking down. Yeah.
It was so bad.
I'll be right back.
We got you. But I'm glad they did this.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We had another little, while we're on last night's show, we had another little debut of sorts. Mariah May.
Yeah.
Her on-screen debut with Tony Storm. Black and white.
Tony.
They're not black and white. they're doing that kind of seamlessly. I love that. Um, I believe the storyline, and somebody posted this on Twitter, and I think they're bang on with what they're doing with it. They're basing their storyline on an old movie called All About Eve.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen All About Eve. It's an older movie.
Is it a black and white movie?
Yep.
So I think I saw somebody say this that on Twitter earlier that if Tony Khan is a huge fan of black and white film, Tony Storm might be the number one woman in the company right now.
The gist
I
of
mean,
it
low
is,
key, she already did.
I'll give you a quick rundown on the movie. So this
Okay.
looks to be the way they're going. The movie is about an aspiring actress, Eve, who pretends to be a super fan of famous Broadway star Margot. Due to her
Okay.
super fandom, Margot's people bring Eve in to meet her, which they did last night.
Which, yeah, okay, it's lining up.
Soon Eve finds herself to be Margot's assistant. Everybody loves Eve, and she gains their trust. Over time, Eve manipulates everyone to become Margot's understudy. Margot realizes Eve is a threat and goes a little nuts. This pushes her
Ooh.
allies even further into Eve's corner. They hatch a plan to get Margot to miss a show, giving Eve an opportunity to star in the play. This leads Eve to becoming a big Broadway star, and soon they all realize Eve has been using them, but it's too late, and Margot essentially becomes a has-been as the theater world becomes all about Eve. So I think
Damn.
that's where they're going with this. If they do that, and they pull that off,
That'd be dope.
yep.
Yeah, I'm with it.
But it lines up, right? Lines up.
Yeah,
with what they're doing.
that first part was like exactly what happened last night.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very interested in that, and I don't know if you guys have seen Mariah over in Stardom. She's legit in the ring.
I saw her twerk somebody into a knockout, and I was upset because it wasn't much moving. So I don't.
That's just someone putting out a tweet to. If she signed elsewhere, they wouldn't have put that one out, most likely.
They probably would have put that out in WWE, to be honest with you, but
that's not.
It was
what she can do in the ring.
Like KB said, it was sad. It was.
It made me really sad. I watched
it. Like she's been in there with.
It made me very sad.
It did. Oh my word!
And she's been a tag team champion.
She's shaking her back and thighs.
So she was a tag team champion over in Stardom too.
Oh,
with Maria Shirakawa. So the mention of tag team belts this evening, it's also interesting. I think someone with experience in that area. Tony Storm and Eve, or Tony Storm and Mariah.
Mariah, but yeah,
maybe not. No. But there's lots. If that's what they're doing, there is lots of story there. Lots of story.
Yeah. When you read the full summary, I like where we can go with this. I mean, they can pivot. They don't have to stick, exactly to the script, but just have the idea and just leave it as like the crux of the storyline. But they have so many ways they can pivot with Tony Storm right now, and like she's doing phenomenal. Yeah. Like I'm tuned in for her segments every time.
Yeah, like somebody, she long way from getting a pie in the face, right? Who knew?
Hey,
but yeah, that and I know a lot of people aren't familiar with her. Like as far as like Jade was the big signing in WWE, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody was familiar with Jade because Jade was a star over here in North America, so people were more familiar with her, right? Mariah was over in Japan,
right?
This could be very close to equal footing as far as what it could do for both companies.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Just in different ways. And Mariah has the look too, like.
Yeah. Tony did the women good last night, and I don't get to say that often. But no, it wasn't a bad night for them. Right, you feel me?
You know?
So
And then-
yeah,
and-
I
you know,
appreciate him making those
and then he has-
improvements.
and then he has this other story going on with Sky Blue, Julia Hart.
Mhm,
Will-
mhm,
Willow is still involved in that story.
mhm.
Because I think my theory there is Willow has been eating losses, right? And she's still the bubbly Willow, right? I think as the losses pile up, she's going to get a little less bubbly, right? And she'll drift over to that side, which would add another kind of layer to her character.
Yeah,
Those bubbly
yeah.
characters,
I'm very
you can only run that so long.
intrigued by a heel run.
We can
from
only run
Willow.
those bubbly
Like,
characters so long before they lose steam, right?
Yeah, John, word to Bailey.
Yeah, yeah, perfect example right there. Perfect example, right?
Mhm.
She came up and she had the bubble, the whatever they were, blow buddies.
Mhm.
Everybody loved her. That lost steam a lot quicker than people thought. They'd say, okay, this is fucking stupid.
Absolutely,
They did-
it was quick.
They did book her like trash though.
Yeah,
Like,
they did. They had a hand in it.
Well,
Wasn't she afraid of
They're-
somebody?
they're not exactly booking her great this year. She has some of them. I think she's top 5 for losses in WWE this year.
Yeah, they
Really?
haven't been. Yeah.
She had a shit ton of losses. Like she's eaten a lot of pins this year. So her booking in 2023 has been not good. Not the best. But 2024 right around the corner. So hopefully that's a change for her. Flip her over to face. Leave those blow up things wherever they're stored at. Go in a little different direction. Well, they'll
Davey
work.
hated those motherfucking things.
Well, I'm not. Well, see, I'm not 12, right?
Right. And this
I left-
isn't a used car sale lot.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Lexus King is not out, perusing the lot with the blow up thingies.
I mean,
I don't need
Lexus,
that. Yeah, poor Lexus. Poor Lexus. While we have drifted back to WWE land, the Scottish Warrior is now Daddy Drew, and has joined the Judgment Day.
He's always been Big Daddy Drew to me.
Has he joined the Judgment Day?
He's on their team for the Survivor
Or
Series.
is he aligned with
Well,
the Judgment Day?
That
I think
was,
he's a Scott for hire.
yeah, that was kind of my how long is he there? Is he just a hired gun? Is he permanent? Like, what do we think they're doing with this?
it was an interesting move. I don't. Maybe it's unpopular opinion, but I feel like the match didn't need a fifth on either side. We could have kept it at 4-on-4. Like I don't think we.
Did you see how pissed
I mean-
people got that the matches were announced at first 4-on-4?
Oh my god.
Well, I think they bumped it up to the 5-on-5 because somebody is coming back.
Yeah.
Mr. Orton.
And yeah, I was just going to say no, no, he will not be carrying a can of Pepsi with him.
Randall
He might.
Randall T.
Hey, there's people on Twitter that actually like wholeheartedly believe CM Punk is like it's him and not Randy Orton.
There's no
How
way.
do you write
It's wild.
how do you write CM Punk into that?
They think
Like
he's the devil. Like they think he's everywhere. Apparently, he's been fired and then hired by everybody.
Yeah, he ain't the devil. I'll tell you that right now. He's not. If anybody has bets on that,
I'm telling you.
that they can remove before Saturday, go do that now.
I heard bets. What are we
Ace
talking about?
Don't
No,
bet on Phil
German-
being the devil. You will be,
Maddie
you will be
said-
disappointed.
Maddie said, "What about a parlay?"
No, that's still one of my favorite things we've ever done in the group chat. I popped in to see one thing, and you guys were talking about parlays. I was out of it for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
I pop in right as they say parlay, and they're like, "Man, he only arrives whenever we talk about gambling."
Mm-hmm. Facts. Hey, look, this random as fuck, but where the fuck is the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley? I thought we was about to get an amazing run They took the L and just fucking disappeared.
They are.
I can't
they
even
are-
blame Benny Mac for this. This is Hunter.
They are-
Where's my guy?
They are meandering through the streets of SmackDownville.
Catering?
No, not catering, but I don't really know what they're doing with them at the moment. I like the
I
premise.
mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
I like
so
the premise
there's
of what they did. Like it made
there's
sense.
no end goal now because Roman's never there, and now Logan Paul is never there. So what's Bobby gonna do?
I don't know if Bobby is the right. They're missing something because Bobby is not your front man. He's just not good enough on the mic. He never
Uh-oh.
was.
What?
Right?
Oh shit!
Oh,
Bobby
Davey
Lashley.
done fucked up.
You done did it. You done
Bobby
did it, Davey.
Bobby Lashley is not good enough on the mic to be a front man. He never was. In Impact, in WWE, anywhere he's been.
Bobby is good enough to do whatever Bobby wants.
Okay, facts though.
Okay,
Okay.
you want to talk? You can put. You know what? I don't care if he's bad on the mic. You're not gonna say it to his face.
How long have you known me?
I think
I'll
think
fucking say anything to anybody's face at any time.
I was about to say, I think Davey does have the balls to say that shit
Yeah.
to Lashley's face.
Yeah. Like, did you hear the end of the Eddie Kingston sit down interview he did about Punk? I don't give a fuck. He's not good enough on the mic to be a front man.
Just
We
Yeah,
need
know,
to make that a
they
sound
brought in-
podcast.
just know if one of us get Davey sent back in a box, this is all Suge's fault.
Yeah. If I
Don't
yeah.
blame me.
If I turn in to see it, if I turn in to see CM Punk coming back from New Japan in a fucking dustpan, I have no one to blame but myself.
Yeah, don't blame me for that.
Hey, look, low key,
But-
I love Bobby Lashley. I do, but his promos are fucking cringeworthy. I
I
said it.
can't figure
I
out
said it.
why MVP is not there. It's like,
Hold on. I don't think I've seen this much expression in Suge's eyebrows than you guys slandering Bobby Lashley right now.
me and Suge will have it out. We'll meet in the middle. You start walking now, and I'll start walking, and we'll meet in Missouri.
All right.
All right.
All right. Wait.
Fucking cold in Missouri, though.
It's going
I'm
back.
equipped for that. I'm Canadian.
I'm fat.
If we're walking, not by the time you get to Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
By the time you guys are walking there, I might already be there.
Yeah,
True.
no. Maddie's gonna meet us there at the referee.
I can get a striped shirt. Don't you play games?
But-
I can go.
I'm commentator. I'm
I can
commentator.
go to a
So,
Foot
Hey, look.
Locker and rob their fucking wardrobe,
As long as there's no sleeves on the shirt, that's all that matters.
just like this.
Yeah.
Do I have to get like the black Shawn Michaels short shorts that he wore during the Attitude Era?
yes,
Yes.
yes. You gotta do it, at least for Josh. Like you gotta give it.
Oh, and speaking of Orton, circle back to this for a second. Who in the fuck is Shinsuke talking about?
Oh, who he's gonna break their back next?
Yeah, I will wait. Okay.
That's
wait.
another one Twitter think is CM Punk. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Well, Punk's
everywhere.
doing a lot of this himself, which is smart. He's keeping himself.
He's trolling like a motherfucker. I
Guys,
can't even lie.
out there.
He is fucking with everybody.
We are not going to have a debut or return like that on a Survivor Series.
That'd be the perfect place to do it.
It would be.
Undertaker
No.
debuted in Survivor Series.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, I
And,
remember that
Rock's,
actually.
Rock's
It was-
25th anniversary was on a Survivor Series too. What happened to that?
Yeah.
He wasn't even there.
Well, he was there. It was just an egg form.
Dwayne the Egg Johnson.
Dwayne the Egg Johnson. Yeah. So could it be Orton that he's talking about?
The problem, yeah, it probably.
Could it be Cody?
No.
I don't see Nakamura going after Cody, although I would be interested in that.
Heel face. Well, how did he put it? Privileged? Cody's had a bit of a Silver
could be
Spoon
either
head to
or.
him. Yeah. I'd like to see it. The matchup would be. I think
No,
the matchup would be quite good.
Watch Shinsuke just attack Triple H backstage.
Well, he's already ran through Tozawa, and he's already ran through Otis.
The
Gable-
whole Alpha
The Gable
Academy.
matchup. Yeah. Oh no, he's eventually getting to Gable, but I mean they've kind of foretold that there's no mystery there, so I don't
Exactly.
think that's what's
Well,
talking about.
to be fair, it's like Nakamura is looking through Alpha Academy. Like that, they're not even worth his time. He's just beating their ass for fun.
Mhm.
Oh,
They're like seat fillers
Something
until
to
we
do.
get to the main event.
and I'm pretty sure Matthew will see my tweet on this on Monday.
There's a good
Rega-
chance, yes.
And I'll pretty much repeat it word for word. Please don't. The Creeds. Do not pair them up with Alpha Academy and turn them into a semi whatever fucking comedy team. Please don't do that.
No, because the
I rather like
Creeds-
I like the Creeds. I really do.
I like the Creeds and I love them with Ivy Nile.
Yeah.
I
Don't-
need
Don't take this little bit of enjoyment that I get on Monday nights from me. That's all I ask. Don't ask for much.
Davey's like, please, I like this tag team.
Yeah.
Don't ruin them.
Don't try to make them funny. Not everything has to be funny.
Not everything.
Because the Creeds are without a doubt world's greatest tag team 2.0.
They are legit. Yeah.
Like
They are
like
legit.
a lot of
They
people
are entertaining.
a lot of people said that about American
Alpha Academy. Or
No.
yeah,
Yeah,
American Alpha.
But they, like I said it way back then, they were the first American Alpha. I've not seen a tag team with that type of chemistry before in my life. And I'm so pissed off that they still did the Kurt Angle Black Sun gimmick with that.
My
But-
black son.
But I digress. No, the Creeds are without a doubt the best wrestling tag team currently in professional wrestling. I want to see them versus FTR so bad.
Like they could be a bigger version of Gable and Jordan.
Dude, they could be the modern Steiners.
That's how good they are. I completely agree with the bearded one.
They could totally be the modern Steiners.
There's
That is how
there's
damn
two
good they
beards.
are.
There's two beards.
Hey, Shug, mine finally got past my Adam's apple.
Hey, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, they gotta, construct the tag team division a tad better. But
Dude,
They're
you can
almost there.
You can build that entire fucking division around the Creeds.
Correct. I'd be totally for that.
As a matter of fact, and I hate to say this because our podcast namesake comes from them, give me the Creeds versus the
Versus
New
the
Day,
New Day. Yeah.
and I
Mhm.
want to see Brutus and fucking I forget the other one's name. Just
Kofi?
launch the other Creed brother.
The other Creed. Yeah, that's it.
Kofi,
But no, Kofi. But I want to see both of those boys launch Kofi and Xavier as far across the ring as they possibly can.
and the New Day is a perfect team to do that.
No, for real.
Yeah.
Like,
And
because they've reached the point of their career where, tables have turned a little bit, right? They're going to be putting
It's time to
over.
start putting people over. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I
right.
mean, they've won every tag team championship that the company has had to offer.
And they
And-
have the record. They
And-
beat Demolition's record.
So you
And
start
to be 100 with you, Kofi was a tag team specialist before he even joined the New Day. So
And so was Creed. I was about to
Ah.
say back in his days in Impact, he was also a tag team guy with Truth and shit.
Austin don't get enough credit.
yeah, no, not at all.
He don't. I mean, he's carried them on his back so many times
Oh no.
with injuries.
Wait.
and all that.
Speaking of his days in TNA, his name was Consequences Creed.
Consequences Creed.
Yep.
Hey, remember that tag team, Truth and Consequences, man.
I was,
Not
to be honest,
consequence.
I wasn't even thinking about Truth or Consequences. I was thinking about Creed and Black Machismo.
I forgot about that team too.
Yeah.
We had Apollo and oh my god, dude, what a time to be alive! Early 2000s TNA.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. Remember the Wolf? That was the best part of Hogan in TNA
Hey,
was the Wolf.
didn't they bring out the owl whenever they got signed by Anthem?
They did. That was
Fuck.
boy. If NWA only had TNA's bounce back ability, we might not be having the conversation that we had at the beginning of this podcast. Because I thought it was over for TNA Impact at
Dude,
least 3 times.
I did too. I did too. But I'm trying to wait and see when all these the waiting period for the last batch of releases from WWE is up. See where everybody ends up.
December
If somebody
20th.
could go in and
December 20th.
okay.
I think the answer. I think we touched on this before we got on air. But I think the guy that'll make the biggest impact as far as like being a freelancer will be Riddle.
Yeah.
That was a different set of releases. He got released on his own.
For real, he did.
But I don't think anybody will touch him right out of the gate until they know.
No.
Right. It's like go out and prove that you can act like a fucking grown up somewhat. And then we'll look at putting you under a contract. Right. So and it might be good for him anyway. You know,
I could see him signing with GCW, but that's about as far as I see him going.
Well, pop into Pi, pop in GCW, go over Red Pro, do a show, pop over New Japan, go wherever, right? Just work your way, and he can do those matches, right? He did them before, like at a really high level, before he got to WWE. So that's not the issue of him being able to perform. The issue is Matt Riddle. If he can fix that,
the issue.
He is the issue.
Yeah.
If he can fix that, if he can work on himself enough to get himself straightened out, which I hope he can, right? Because he's still a young guy. He's only in his mid-30s. Sky's the limit for him if he can do that. Because he can.
I'm trying to see where Shelton is going too.
Probably Impact. Shelton's pushing 50, so it's not a
lot of.
Yeah, he don't age though, but he's pushing 50, so I could see him working Impact. Definitely somewhere with a where you only have to work like once a month or so. He's slowing down.
Y'all think what is his name? The Top Dollar. Y'all think he gonna end up anywhere?
Somewhere in the States.
I can see him somewhere in the States. He's definitely not going to New Japan. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Oh, no, hell.
No, I didn't. Fuck it. I didn't say in a wrestling ring. I just said in the States. I don't know what he'll be doing.
Fuck it. I want him to go to CMLL or AAA for the sole fact that people said he couldn't jump over the top rope. I need to see this motherfucker doing corkscrew planchas.
That boy will end up in MLW.
I don't know if I want to see that again.
Top Dollar, Vikingo, Commander, and Dralistico. Book it.
Dude, he's gonna be the new Taurus out there.
Yep.
Hell no.
Taurus picked up the win.
Taurus picked up the win. Yeah. Over Myron Reed.
In a match with Hoovy was his partner.
Yep.
The fuck they doing down there?
That was in TNA Impact.
Shit.
That was on Tonight's Show. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Suge, you good over there? Did you get pepper spray?
No, my eyes get really itchy every once in a while.
I got you. So you were talking about MLW.
Yeah, no, I could see somebody like Top Dollar going to MLW. They book really weird. Like they'll have somebody signed for a while and they'll book them for a minute and then they'll go and then they just won't use them anymore. And it's wild to me. Like when I first started watching, when they first hit my radar, they had the Surviving Von Erich boys on there, and they
Yeah,
were on there.
the two Von Erichs.
Yeah, and I haven't seen them since. So it's like they have stories for people, and then they just go missing. The
And
same
them
thing
Von
happened,
Erich boys were fucking good.
right? But the same thing happened with the Samoan SWAT team, Lance and Juicy, and you see they just asked for their release. The same thing is happening with Hammerstone. It seems like they have one dominant story and no real side stories, and so they
And
don't.
you can't do that regardless of the size of your promotion.
And right
Right.
now that
Exactly.
one story is running through fucking the remnants of Lucha Underground.
They moved away from Lucha Underground too, because if I'm not mistaken, Lucha Underground was AAA, and they're working with CMLL now, and they can't. Those talents can't work in the same place.
Yeah, there's a butting of the heads there. So
Beef, Spanish beef.
If-
How do you say cow in Spanish?
Carne.
if NWA
Carne.
didn't fuck up to the extent that they did, which they did, and Billy Corgan thought that Tyrus was such a wonderful frontman, Top Dollar could have been that. Because
You still can.
Holy shit, Top Dollar's
Well-
gonna save the NWA.
Well, if they're releasing people, they may not be able to. Is the thing, right? They may not have the money.
Yeah.
But
They don't have that
If
Top
that's the type
Dollar.
of-
Are you saying, Davey?
yeah, top low dollar, low. Yeah.
Did you
top
hear
cent-
what
top
Did you hear what
cents
Effie
changed
said
his name.
about? Did you hear Effie's comments on NWA since we're there?
I did not.
So Effie said they tried to get him to come in to sort of save face after the whole Tyrus thing, because of his sexuality and background, and he was like, "No, I'm not doing that. You're not gonna bring Effie in to save your company and how your company looks because you had this guy who was bashing trans kids on Fox and whatnot. Like, no, you don't."
Yeah, you don't bring Effie in for that.
Yeah.
And you gonna act like Effie ain't paying attention?
Right.
Effie
We might
Effie might be the one person that's got their ear closest to everything going on in the professional wrestling world.
I wouldn't be surprised if Effie didn't know what was going on the Crew Day podcast.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
quite sure
Effie.
Effie, if
If
you're
you're
watching,
watching-
please give us that plug.
One thing
Hey,
we
yo, this
haven't
parlay ain't looking like it's gonna hit y'all.
I'm so sorry. Sad
boy.
Maddie. Maddie's sad.
Yeah, sad Maddie. I need 2 people to get a tutty, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
It is getting a little late in the game. Yeah.
4 minutes. Hey, dude, no, they scored like 3 touchdowns within the first quarter, so I got faith. I just need Joe Burrow to throw a touchdown to Jamar Chase.
Oh, you need something for Joe Burrow to do something? I'm sorry.
I need Joe Burrow to do something, and I need Lamar Jackson to throw 1 more touchdown to Zay Flowers, or Zay Flowers to run a touchdown, or I need Zay Flowers to get a touchdown.
Yeah, well, from what I'm seeing, Joe Burrow wrist about to fall off in this motherfucker.
Unless Zay Flowers turns into a running back, I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey,
man.
it's Baltimore. They can totally do a jet sweep.
Yeah, well, they may not have any running. Well, Gus Edwards just put one in, so.
Fucking Gus Edwards. I should have went with Gus Edwards.
So one minor topic we haven't touched on really. Tony Khan is making a bit of a signing on Saturday.
I swear to God, if it's Marty Skrull.
I don't think it's.
It's my money's on first take
Well,
Monet.
Again,
He said a very.
respected.
Yeah, right. So that would take Marty at the
Okay, so we were talking about this before we went live. Tony said respected talent. So that marks off Marty Skrull, Ronda
Tyrus.
Rousey, Tyrus,
Hogan.
Hogan.
Top dollar.
They brought on Ric Flair, so
Yeah, but where he said the respected part of it,
I guess Flair is still respected.
I hope it's not Jim Cornette.
Boy, that boy ain't respected.
no, it's not. No.
I look at him as a wrestling historian and nothing more.
All signs are pointing to it not being Mercedes.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It's not going to be Mercedes.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be Mercedes, y'all.
This is from our good friends over at Fightful. Best $5 you'll spend in a month. Go do that and subscribe.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. You can spend
I don't
$5
know.
in a month and get something pretty good every month.
Well, there has been
In
some
the words
rumblings
of
within the
Martin
wrestling.
Lawrence,
Well,
I ain't paying the fine.
Well, there has been some rumblings within wrestling that Mercedes could appear in some capacity at AEW Grand Slam. That didn't end up happening. As we're told, that wasn't in the plans at any point realistically. Tony Khan has been pretty transparent in the weeks prior to that. Mercedes is healing up from her injury as per Fightful. She was told she was still in a boot as of the week prior. Khan told others that she is likely still in a boot at Wrestle Dream, which came and passed. AEW hid that from the general audience at All In, though it is well known within the industry. Reports have since emerged that she was out of her boot. There are working plans for Mercedes to work with AEW. We just haven't heard of when. So there's plans there. But
Revolution. That's when
All-
she's going to debut, man.
because she did say something on her own tweet about 2024
Yeah.
Yes.
She
That-
said she's
would line up Revolution.
she said she's coming back to wrestling in 2024. So
So that's leading me to believe that Sean's pretty fucking bang on with stuff usually. So it's likely
That's
not her.
because people actually like Sean Ross Sapp, unlike other media sources.
Melter.
Bunch of fucking zeros. Anyway, fucking idiot. Good thing we're not a PG-13 show.
Sorry,
Hell
kid.
no, we don't. At least not yet.
So
Oh no, they got to pay
Who
me
does-
a good amount of money to not say fuck. I'm letting you know that right now.
who does
Same.
that leave? That's available.
Sammy Callahan.
So Sammy Callahan is available, but I
And
don't
we
think
have
Sammy
we have
will garner.
to we have to point out WWE releases do not get allowed until December 20th.
Right.
So they're out.
So it ain't
So-
gonna be a Dolph Ziggler. It's not gonna be a Mustafa Ali.
So none of them.
Otherwise, there's gonna be some serious legal shit that's gonna have to go on.
Oh yeah.
And if-
Well, you know.
And it's not Will Ospreay either.
He's
could
still
be.
under contract, is he not?
He is, yes. However, what is a possibility here? Tony does have a working relationship with New Japan. Right?
It's Zack Sabre fucking Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
No, it's not Zach. But it could be Will. I'm not saying it is, but if Tony worked out something, say, listen, right? Will wants to sign here, right? If we sign him, here's what I'll give you. going
Wrestle
forward.
Kingdom every year.
Wrestle Kingdom every year. I will guarantee you so many dates per year. You can still use them. He can still go over there. Yada yada yada.
Pretty much as long as he shows up for New Japan's
Right.
Big Four.
Yeah. So that's a possibility.
And I could see that, and he could totally go and have a high quality match with damn near anybody. He doesn't even have to do a full time schedule with AEW. He can do a part time schedule, and fans will be just as fine with that because he's putting out 6 to 5 star matches every fucking night, every time he's out there.
Every single time.
And you can do that there because like they don't revolve their show around one person, right? You know, they don't have to have the same person on TV every fucking Wednesday to have it work. right? Okay, this week we're doing this story, and this story, and that one, right? Next week we'll bring you that works, right? Like I'm not sick of any one person, which is good. So that would work well for Will, right? Say, listen, Tony, there's something coming up. Do you have anything for me these 2 weeks? No. Okay.
Because if not, I'm a
Off you
I'm a
go.
dip.
Off you
Yeah.
go. Don't fucking get yourself hurt. I'll see you
No,
when you get. I'll see
that
you when
would
you get
be
back.
that would be the only thing
But that
is Will's injury history.
so that would be an acquired risk of doing that.
Holy shit, Jamar Chase just got a touchdown. Guys, we're back in it.
Oh shit!
But Tony would be well aware of that going
Yeah.
forward. Like
I mean, Britt Baker is still signed. If you want to talk about injuries,
Was it not a passing touchdown?
I still got 34-13, but I'm streaming this, so I might be. No, he's in.
What was it, a passing touchdown?
is that a huge part of your parlay?
I mean, Joe Burrow needed to throw it.
I did see it go through the air, so that would indicate a throw. Yeah.
Come on, FanDuel, please update.
Wow.
But
Hilarious.
But outside of Will, I can't think of any name of that magnitude that it could be. Like Mickey James, but I don't think
Mickey
she's going
James is highly respected. Sammy Callahan, despite what some of the IWC thinks, is highly respected in the wrestling world.
He is. Yeah.
Sammy Callahan really started. People want to say that, what's Matt Cardona's doing great right now. Sammy Callahan really started that, working the independents for real money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sammy Callahan. They said doing a Sammy, so they didn't name it after the man.
Yeah. Another name that I could think, but it would be absolutely hilarious because Tony put it in the tweet, highly respected amongst the community or the wrestlers. If it's Chris Hero, imagine Chris Hero gets brought out and Eddie Kingston backstage is going, "You motherfucker."
Yeah, it's not
Tony, when I catch you, Tony.
no, it's not Chris Hero.
I don't think it would be Chris Hero, but God, imagine
No.
Eddie Kingston's fucking
No.
tweet immediately
No.
after. All right, I'm a kill a bitch.
And no disrespect to Chris, but I mean that it would underwhelm.
It would be
a fair bit.
incredibly underwhelming.
Especially to do this at a major pay-per-view. Right? It's not like a Wednesday. It's not like a Wednesday Dynamite or a fucking Saturday Collision.
Right.
It's a big deal. So
Okay, so for it to be Ospreay, also it's not updated that is Joe Burrow not playing? Anywho, I'll continue on. No, with them saying it the way that they did, putting it out as a tweet and then announcing it on TV the way they did, it has to be a big name. Ospreay would work, but they would have to do some like weird legality contract tampering shit with New Japan in a way that it would work because he's still under contract unless they find a way to void that contract and immediately shift into the one that AEW is proposing.
yeah, like
Right.
I don't think it would be tampering because Tony's not going to go behind their back. He literally has a pay-per-view with them.
Yeah,
every
no,
year. So
it's
he's
not
going behind their
tampering.
back. And
No,
It's
but
not
that's-
tampering.
That's why I said it's not going to be tampering, but like to get through all the legalities, like
yeah,
would they have to drop the contract with New Japan, or would AEW have to do what some sports teams do and pay out the rest of that contract?
Yeah, buy him out.
or will no, because I think he said he's putting pen to paper, didn't he? So if that's the case,
Yeah.
then he is signing
What
a
if the contract? What if the contract date doesn't start until the 1st of
Yeah.
January?
That's what I was thinking, right? I'll sign. I will officially be all elite
Effective
on
January 1.
effective whenever my New Japan deal is up the next day, and you sign
Yeah.
that contract. So that's another way to do it.
Okay, yeah, that might be able to. Okay.
So, but I'm leaning. Will would be my guess.
Will would be a very good guess. Are there any other female talents out there right now? Because he could
That
do.
are
Is
free?
is Julia getting ready to be a free agent?
Julius is in the spring, so she's tied
Yeah.
up. So it would have to be the same deal there, but he doesn't have the same working relationship with Stardom that he does.
Even
New
though they're
Japan.
owned by the same company.
He's different.
Are they
setup.
both owned by Bushi Road?
Yeah.
He's talked to Stardom, and they've tried to get. It's just nothing has ever matched up. Like the other shows on the same day, or like they just can't do it right. But Julia's tied up anyway, so it ain't her. It ain't Julia, and nobody else over there, for as good as they are, would have the name recognition over in the States. Julia
Right.
does. Julia does. Right. So
Julia barely has it, to be honest with you.
Depends on the fan. It depends on the fan base you're
But just like
talking to at any given time.
as a blanket internet wrestling community, they're still going to do a "Who is that?" Every time they tell somebody.
Dude, that
if
they
you're a
will
casual-
always do the "Who is that?" and I fucking hate it.
Yeah. Oh, if you're a casual, you probably don't know her. No.
Yeah.
Right. If you're a WWE diehard, you probably don't know her. Right.
No, if you're a
definitely don't
WWE diehard, you definitely don't know her.
No.
You don't know anybody outside of WWE, to be
If
honest
you
with you.
if you'd ventured
Okay.
outside of that bubble a little bit, you've probably heard the name, but still don't really know her. So you gotta get out of there a little distance to get into what she's doing. That's generally how that works.
Yeah.
The further you drift out, the more you will learn. The closer you
Hey,
stay to the bubble, the less you'll learn. That's how it works.
Speaking of drifting out, it's finna be time for me to drift out because I
Yeah,
gotta
I was
wake
about to
up.
say we got about 3 minutes left of the show. So, is there any other
Quick-
topic that we need to bring up
Quick-
before we head off?
Quick rundown. Full gear predictions. I'll run down the card. You guys give
Okay,
me who you
that's
think
the
is
way to
winning.
end it.
Speed
Right.
round, yeah.
AEW World Tag Team Title 4-Way match. We have Big Bill and Ricky Starks, the defending champions, going up against FTR. Kings of the Black Throne, which would be Brody King and Malachi Black, versus La Faction Ingobernable, which would be Jalistico and Rush.
I'm gonna go with Kings of the Black Throne there.
Yeah, same.
That's what I'm going with. Ooh. My goodness.
KB.
I'm going to be the lone man out here, but I'm gonna say Ricky Starks and Big Bill because that's what my heart wants.
All right.
Listen, that's what my heart was too. But
Go with the heart.
That's what my heart wants.
KB, if I had one of those, I would do that myself. But however, I'm going with the Kings of the Black Throne.
Yeah, y'all probably
AEW
like those.
TBS Title 3-Way. A little threesome. Chris
Ooh,
Statlander
Julia.
versus Sky Blue versus Julia Hart.
it's gotta be.
Julia's taking it easy.
it's
want
gotta be
Julia to
Julia.
take this one.
Yeah.
Chris
I'm
had
going-
her run, all right, but Julia's cooking right now, so we gonna put the gold on or silver.
Yeah.
in it.
I'm going Julia too. I think she's improved enough in the ring, and definitely with it.
Mhm.
She's the most improved wrestler in AEW this year.
Over Athena?
Red Velvet coming for her crown though.
I said most improved. Athena didn't need to
Oh,
improve.
Athena already had it. You're right.
Yeah, Athena.
Yeah.
Oh no, y'all,
I-
my bad.
I would throw the guns in that conversation too.
That's a tag team. But singles, it's Julia Hart.
Singles, yeah. Speaking of tag teams, the Bucks that are young, going up against the Golden Jets, who are not young.
Disqualification.
Bucks all the way.
Yeah, disqualification.
It's
You know,
For that.
the Bucks are kicking people in the dick again, so you know.
I think the Bucks take this.
I think the Bucks do.
Yeah.
I think Jericho turns because you can't fucking trust him.
This motherfucker just turned face, Davey.
No, I think he turns, and I think Kota Ibushi, who they just announced Wednesday, is now officially all elite. Comes
Kenny's
Mhm.
best friend.
and saves Kenny, and the Golden Lovers are reborn.
Yep.
So I'm not going to like say this is a weird question or anything, just because I genuinely want to know if any of y'all know. Did Coda and Kenny ever have like a romantic relationship? Because it's public that both of them are bi. Did they ever have a romantic relationship together?
I don't know for sure, but if I was placing a bet, it would be on the button that would have the Y on it.
Wait, KB,
Yeah.
from your response, did you not know?
I'm glad somebody picked up on that. 'Cause hell no, I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
What you
no.
mean?
That's why they're called. Yeah.
You learn something new every day on the Crew Day podcast.
Well,
World premiere. Yeah, no, my.
KB, which one of these can I put up? Which one of these can I put up?
Not only are we
That's
entertaining,
crazy.
but we are also.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna remember this.
Hey, wait.
I'm definitely gonna remember this.
KB
What?
said, "Damn."
Y'all
Wait.
bring it all the time.
KB said, "Damn, son, where'd you find this?"
Hey, for real. I used to hate that shit.
You stick with us,
You threw it
KB.
back with that one.
You will learn some wild stuff with us, KB.
Oh yeah.
I'm learning. I learned from y'all that my boy Dante Merkin got the boot from Sky Blue. I had no clue. Now I'm finding out Kenny like a little bit of the guy.
He hasn't had enough of either to decide.
I'm stressed. All right, Kenny, we'll shout out to you, man.
So we have
back we go.
So we have the
Okay, right. Speed round.
So we have the AEW Women's World Title match, which is Hikaru Shida versus Toni Storm.
Tony.
Tony. I don't want to see Hikaru Shida end, but Tony.
I don't either.
That's the thing, though, isn't it, Suge? Is we don't want to see because Sheeta just got her moment in front of the crowd,
Right?
Mhm.
But she really just got her moment, and to just go, hey, because Toni Storm's character right now is so good right now, we're gonna put the belt on her. I think
That's what
we're gonna keep the belt on Sheeta, so Sheeta's gonna win because
Exactly.
Toni Storm's character does not need the title.
Exactly.
she absolutely does not.
And Tony, as we discussed earlier, has a storyline
With Mariah.
already started.
Mhm.
She does not need a title belt to do that story.
Not at all.
No, she doesn't.
So Sheeta
I'm hoping
will retain her.
she retains.
Yep.
But I don't think that's what's going to happen because Tony knows how to fuck some shit up. So we'll see.
We have the 6-man tag. Father of the
Okay.
Year, Christian Cage. The man responsible for wiping out the dinosaurs, Luchasaurus.
Hey,
And,
big shout out to Luchasaurus for that.
Yeah. He was those
Okay,
dinosaurs.
well,
Those dinosaurs
Okay.
were a pain in my ass back in the day trying to light those fucking cigarettes.
Oh, with Bobby Fish.
With the sticks. Yeah.
Davey and Bobby trying to light a cigarette with some sticks and outrunning dinosaurs.
Well, the T-Rexes would run by, and the fucking things were so big, right? Like the wind would just come in, and like I just get the flame going from the rubbing the sticks together, and then the flame would go out.
I'm not imagining this whole fucking scenario. in my head.
It was not good. Me in the cave, fucking croaking for a smoke. It was fucking rough, man.
Man.
So they're going up against
okay,
Darby Allin, Sting, and Adam Copeland.
So I understand why this match. What I don't understand why this show.
Mhm.
Is it because it's Adam and Sting wrestling together?
It's because it's Adam and Sting. Yeah, no, Adam is the new shiny toy right now. So
Yes, he is.
Yes, but Adam has had
And this is
matches.
Sting's last match too, right?
This is
No.
not Sting's last match yet.
Sting's last
This is
match
not
will
it?
be next year
Revolution.
at Revolution.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
So
Okay.
the only reason this match is on pay-per-view is because we've got Sting and Adam Copeland teaming, correct?
I mean, Christian is a big deal too.
Well, I
Yeah,
understand
let's
that,
give him
but
credit.
and I understand what I feel like I understand what you're about to say too as well, Davey. But we could totally do this on a Rampage or a fucking
You
Dynamite.
you would be the first.
Absolutely. Collision, whatever.
But it stinks.
My pick
On-
for this match would be the Sting Squad because of the shiny new toy.
It's also the.
I don't think he
Sting
takes
Squad
the L on his first pay per view.
No,
Yeah, no,
on,
Sting's not taking it.
on face value, yeah, Adam, Darby, and Sting win this.
Yes.
It's one of those things,
On-
and I say this all the time to my other group chat. Heels don't need to win; they just need to
No.
get their heat back.
No,
Exactly.
but like I said, on face value, right, the obvious choice here is Adam, Darby, and Sting. What when Adam showed up? What did he show up for? What did he want to do?
He wanted to. No, Davey. No, David. No, I did not.
David.
I said that I was thinking that I knew what you were going to say, and you completely did what you do every goddamn time, and you threw it as far left field as you possibly could.
What if Adam turns?
Whistle confirmation.
What if Adam turns?
What did you do, Josh, to have MJF roast you? I need this clipped and sent to me.
So,
Wow.
yeah, but what if Adam?
We
What if
need-
Adam turns on Darby and Sting, and sides with Uncle Jay?
I don't see that happening. But
He's already.
I don't see it happening so soon. I think possibility yes. At Full Gear, no.
Just throwing it out there. If that doesn't happen, then yeah, I see Adam, Darby, and Sting winning this.
Mhm.
I just.
What's the
I
next?
If
I
they
don't know
turned
if
it-
either one of these people will survive this particular match. The AEW International Title match, Orange Cassidy and John Moxley.
Oh shit!
They're going to beat the living shit out of each other.
They are.
Like,
I think Orange is
lot.
taking this one.
Is there any stipulation to this one, Davey?
I don't think there has to be with Mox involved.
No.
Hey, look,
no.
it should be a first blood match.
Oh well, Mox got that easy.
But no, the only thing I'm saying that for is if there was like a last man standing stipulation, because
Nope, straight up.
we know Orange Cassidy has the gumption.
Yeah.
Put him in a last man standing match with someone as brutal as a John Moxley.
Oh, you would
And
have to
you
basically
and
kill him.
you
Put
would
him down.
you would make Orange Cassidy like an AEW legend at that point in time.
Is he not already?
He
If he
is, but that would be one of those solidifying moments.
Who you got for the paper?
If he beats Mox, that also.
I
gets
got
him-
Cassidy. I got OC taking the.
I got
taking this.
Cassidy
Yeah,
too. Just
I got
because
Cassidy too.
this is the first time he's having some actual character development in
Mhm.
in his character.
He was getting that at the end of his run before they took the belt off of him. He was starting to get desperate, like in his 4-way with
Yeah.
oh my god, it was Saber, Shibata, and Garcia.
Garcia, yeah.
He slid it in to get the pinfall at the very last moment.
Yeah.
Like with that, I was starting to, because even my co-host and Davies co-host Cap was like, I don't get it. I don't get the lackadaisical. It's so much character development that was going on at that point in time that they stifled by putting the belt on Moxley. And then he got hurt because of Remy's favorite wrestler of all time.
Defeated. I had Moxley for weeks upon them announcing that they were actually going to have this match at Full Gear, but with the ass whooping that he put on Orange last night, I think Orange is coming back with a vengeance. I think we're going to see a new side of Orange, and he's going to pull it out.
Well,
So
we have been
We're,
seeing
not,
the
we're
new
I
signs.
do not think at all this Saturday that we're going to get lazy Orange Cassidy. He is going
No.
to
Yeah,
start
no,
this
he's doing
match
something.
by taking it to Mox.
So
Mhm.
back, it's kind of like what we were the conversation we were having about the New Day and the Creed brothers earlier. John Moxley is, I believe, the first 3-time AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He's also the
Correct.
most winning wrestler in AEW
Yeah, he
at
doesn't need this
period.
title.
Yeah,
This win does more for Orange than it does for Mox.
yeah.
Oh, a hell of a lot more.
And Mox also has a little something else on the go over at Wrestle Kingdom
He sure
Getting
does.
match
roasted by
with
MJF because
Osprey
of that.
and for some fucking reason David Finlay. That's
For the
a
new
story.
belt.
That's a topic for another day. But anyway,
Yeah.
Right. What's next? Let's not
Right.
get lost.
So if Mox were to win that, right, it's an international title, and if Osprey is the guy signing Saturday, there's your connection there.
Yeah.
And Orange gets to keep his title, and that gets Will back to New Japan occasionally. Just as a
Texas
possibility.
Deathmatch time.
It is.
Yeah.
If we're not
So
hyped,
In
we're not
Matt,
hyped for
in
this match after Wednesday.
this
then
is
I don't know what to tell
Maddie's.
you.
This is Maddie's dick hardening match of the month.
wow.
Adam
Maddie's
Page
Viagra.
does not-
Maddie's honey pack match of the month.
and Adam Page does not miss in these matches.
No.
It's paid. So again, heels don't need to win, and I'm pretty sure Swerve can get his heat back from this. Page got it here, and that's okay.
Yeah, I think
Like,
Page
he's
takes
def-
this one, and then they'll go to a third, right?
It's gonna be a match of the
Yeah,
year
I'm hoping
candidate
for a third.
regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
But-
the match.
It's obviously going to Hangman at this point. Like it's pain. We're still excited for the match, and that says a lot because I hate when I know definitively who the winner is going to be, but they've been doing such a good job of the slow build of this storyline that I'm invested, and I really don't care who wins. I just want another one. Like I want a
It's
3.
gonna
So
be a
I'm
great match.
rooting for Hangman so we can get a 3.
Yeah.
And that's a testament there to the storytelling on this. That you want the third match before the second one has even happened.
with
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's get a belt in here.
with the tweet that Swerve put out, pointing out everything in Hangman.
Mhm.
Swerve has to kill this version of Adam Page.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
think
He's
Swerve,
already done it.
I think Swerve takes this match,
Oh,
and we get the third match, but
Plot
we get it with Adam Page absolutely just trying to fucking murder everything and everyone in his way to get to Swerve, going through everybody in the embassy.
Oh, I'm good with
Yeah,
that. I'm
that
good
means-
with you.
that
Like
also
I
means-
said, I don't give a
That
damn.
also means we
Give
get.
me 3.
That also means we get Page versus Cage one more time. And I'm
Sign me
always
up.
down. I'm always down for Adam Page versus Brian Cage. That motherfucker took a top rope drill claw. Do you have any idea how mad you have to be to do that?
Yeah.
and then we have I was going to say the big one, but there's several big ones on this card. But for the big title, the BBB, MJF and Jay White.
The Bang
MJF
Bang
takes
This
Bill.
is no question. It's no question. Like there's not even. It's
It
gonna
has,
be a fire ass match, but we absolutely know who the winner is.
it has to be
Yeah.
MJ. It has to be MJF because his rivalry with Adam Cole requires the belt.
And,
Exactly.
and there's too many other people chasing him right now. So I think the
Mhm.
outcome is pretty clear. What's not clear is how they get there. 'Cause
I think
Jay's-
we're gonna get a big reveal to this devil mask situation there too.
Jay's never been pinned.
No, we are going to get the reveal of who the devil is either on Full Gear or the Wednesday after. And if we don't, they're
Yeah.
fucking dropping the ball there.
Facts.
They've
This
hit the
one
match.
here, it's not so much the winner. I think we know that, but it's how they get there.
Right. I think they've hit the max of your general wrestling fans' attention span for a story, and that they're right here.
Bro.
They got this much time left.
Bro, I will take a page from my co-host Cap and go, they are getting you right to the edge, and they're just stopping. They're gonna take their hand off of you, and they're gonna go, did you have fun?
You done?
And that's the way to wrap it on up.
We do
Ooh.
have there is a match that could tie into this too on the 0 hour because Max is defending his ROH tag team titles against the Guns.
And there's
Yeah,
a
that's
mystery
right.
partner, correct?
He
I
does
was about
not
to
have
say
a-
we still don't know who the partner is.
No, but they might have alluded to that Wednesday. Because when Max was getting beaten down when Jay was on the ramp and he said, "Get him, boys." Samoa Joe was watching the monitor backstage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
swear to
you know,
God.
some more just promo too in the middle.
If Joe
So-
comes in just to be like, hey, I know what your injury is. I'm gonna protect you until it's my turn. That would be wild.
and Samoa Joe wants to take the belt off of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So does Samoa Joe cost Jay?
Dude, I
I can't get it.
I could see Samoa Joe choking out the Guns backstage.
At the same, like KO hit both
Same
of them at the same time.
Same time.
Same time. Yeah.
Dude, Joe's arms are big enough that it's believable.
Book it, Tony. Book it.
Hey, my daughter said it's time to go to bed.
Yeah, I was about to be like,
Hey, yeah, for real. I gotta get up out of here.
is there any other match on that card?
Nope.
All right. Well, I think we got a fulfilling 2 hours of the show in.
Sure did.
Once again, Remy.
Body it.
Once again, Remy, we love you. Get your rest, and we will see
Yeah.
you this Saturday for Full Gear.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Starting top left, Suge, go ahead, plug everything, and then get your ass out of here and be a dad.
Look, follow me on any and all social media platforms at Suge Wrestling. I have a link tree, and that'll keep you up with everything I'm doing. I hope to interact with you all soon. Y'all have a good night.
All righty. And on to KB down at the bottom. Plug everything.
Nothing to plug. You know what I'm here for. I'm just here to holler at the bros, have a good time, smoke some trees, and talk good wrestling and maybe a little sports on the side, Mr. Parlay. But y'all can follow me on Twitter. Internet wrestling community is what we like to call y'all. So at Vigorous Mental, you know what I'm saying? Follow me on Twitter. We can chat it up there. I talk wrestling, hoops, pretty much all sports. I'm a fiend, so it is what it is. And make sure y'all here every Thursday for the best podcast out.
Okay,
Hell
KB,
yeah.
KB is big into cricket.
Oh, you into
So-
cricket?
Yeah, so hit
I
him
am
up with
absolutely not. No.
hit him with all your cricket questions. He is your go-to.
Dave is a fucking menace.
Oh, he's a full-on menace, always.
A fucking menace, bro.
Speaking of Davey, go ahead, plug everything, and we can get our asses out of here for tonight.
All right. I don't think we have anything on the go tomorrow. Not that I
Thank
know of.
fucking God.
Oh,
I've been
thank.
going for 9 days straight. I've got 5 more to go.
Saturday, there will be a watch along. I don't know who's all doing it, but I'll be on there somewhere.
I'll be producing from the sidelines because we all know Tony's gonna try to fuck me over.
Yes. Sunday over on the Raw Ball channel. Tune in for the football follies that I will not be a part of this Sunday because
7 hours.
I'm being forced to work for monies.
Human monies.
Capitalism.
I know it's horrible. And up here it's like fucking loonies and toonies. You know how heavy that shit is? Carry that around in your pocket. It's fucking horrible, man. But that'll take you up to date till Sunday. Check me out on Twitter if you dare, Dexter Whitehausen. Always good content on there. I'm much nicer than I
Oh
used
yeah,
to be.
fantastic content over there.
Yeah.
Oh
will
yeah, you
find,
won't regret it.
you will
Oh.
find a plethora of kind comments.
Yes. Yes.
The sweetest guy.
What if you're ever looking for info or matches or anything that you're
Ratings.
unsure of? Ratings, top 10 lists for the week. Hit me up. I'm your guy.
Boom.
Matthew,
And-
over to you.
And before we get off here, let's plug the fact that Raw Ball X Crew Day happens once again right before Full Gear because Cap is doing the rubber match of the fantasy booking warfare of the century.
Not that
And-
kind of rubber, the other rubber.
I mean,
Right.
depends on what type of rubber you use.
Exactly.
But Remy will also be the judge for that show as well. So tune in, catch two members of the Raw Ball family, Crew Day family, in one spot, wrestling with your thoughts over on Wrestling Legion. And yeah, Davey got it. We got watch along Saturday night for Full Gear. Don't know who all is going to be here, but we'll have people here. And Sunday, football. And then Tuesday, we start our week up normally. We've been off the past couple days, but it's been a good week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is the point in the show where I remind you to stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, don't get arrested, and we will see you all next time. Love you all.
See you guys.
Peace out.